Hello, good afternoon ladies. This is an update on the aluminium flowers, and I did promise, or did say that I would update on making the roses. Okay, and I've put them on a little bit of sort of like thin wire so that they can be mounted or folded or set in amongst others. Okay, well, we'll get to it. And again, I'm using these pie dishes, and I've cut the top off here, the edge and the inside, and what I found was the best thing to do is to cut little sort of like edges like this all the way around. Hope you can see that. I'm using the edge, the inside of the pie dish. Okay, and I always make sure that the end is sort of down when I've finished sort of like cutting. Okay, so what I find is a good thing is to just make sure that you turn it over like so. Okay, because when you're starting to roll, which is what I'm doing, you have to bring sort of, it's almost like you're wanting to create a sort of center for the rose. Okay, so you just keep rolling it, and you know, when you've got sort of the impression of the sort of the center of the rose here, you can just squeeze it and sort of manipulate it. And then I find there's another good thing is to you can again sort of fold it gently to bring it in, again on the sort of like little pattern bit that I've cut here, and just keep rolling. It doesn't look terribly impressive as you start. I hope you can see this. Alright, just keep rolling. Alright, and folding on occasion. So you're trying to sort of like get the sort of middle bit going here. It doesn't look terribly good, does it, to start with, so just keep at it, because I'm sure there's sort of simpler ways of doing it, but this is the way I do it. And okay, so try not to rush this too much. Okay, and it's trying to keep that, push that centre down and keep the centre down, as it were. Alright, there we go. So in other words, you've got sort of a loosely sort of like a little bud section in there. Alright, now I did find a little pack of very fine wire in a second-hand shop. I really don't know what this is used for. I'm sure somebody will be able to tell me. And I did use it for sort of mounting the rose on, shall we say, because that does help. You know, in other words, you don't end up burning your hand. And what I did do is I just changed the top a little bit, sort of bent it over. So you've got like a little loop at the top. Okay, little loop. Oh gosh, I hope you're seeing this. Put that down for now. So I put a little loop in the top. Okay. And what you do is you stick it down the centre of the rose and find somewhere to push it through. Okay, and it comes out the bottom there. Alright, so keep pushing it or pulling it, and I put a little bit of glue around the top, hot glue, and gosh, now I know how a spider feels when he's had a bad day. And you just pull it down so that you can actually, that wasn't a very clever thing to do. Just, oh dear. Okay, you can see how fiddly things can get. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it there for now, because I can sort of get the old pliers on that and manipulate it, and so you won't see it, especially if you colour it. Then I just tighten the bottom there, and what I did is I cut out just a little piece of, get rid of this glue. And I cut a little sort of slit in the bottom of this shape. Okay, I'll leave that ready, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just glue this section in, because normally if you pull the wire through, try not to catch it like I did, and just let it dry. A little bit of glue on the end. Gosh, look at this. Spiders. Okay, so we let that dry. Okay, keeping it sort of down as far as we can, because you've got the suggestion of the sort of like inside of the rose there now. Okay, and you've got it attached on a bit of wire, which probably you'll be able to do a little bit better than I did because it caught here. Alright. Okay, now the next thing I did was I fashioned some petals, and here I am again with the bottom of the pie dish, and I cut them out. I'm doing things a little bit quickly here because I'm sure this will give you some ideas to sort of do your own. I know there was one lady that made it on one of those amazing machines. Bless her heart. I think that was Glenda Cairns. And then what you do is get your stylus. What I find great about this is, you know, you can go around the petal, as it were, and just do this, because what it actually does is it curls the petal. Depends on which direction you're going. Okay, and do it quite firmly. Okay, down a sort of like little arc, a little bit way down there, and then you turn it over and you do the same sort of thing with the stylus, and it brings it into sort of a petal shape that you can manipulate and bend, and you can do the opposite thing with another petal. Okay, and cut them out. I am rushing this a little bit, but I think you're getting the gist here. And, again, the stylus, and you're doing. Now you can do the opposite thing if you want it to curl, perhaps in the opposite direction. If you're using one side or the other, sort of arc. See how it curls. A lovely curl from it. Okay, and then you get to the other side and you do the same, like so, and then you've got another petal ready there. I'll just finish these because I'm going to sort of do the complete rose so that you girls can see the finished item. Okay, so we have finished now almost the petals with trusty stylus. I know this seems a little bit odd, but sometimes, you know, you can discover for yourself how you can fashion these old cake and pie tins, or even, you know, you can buy the rolls of this stuff that you can make some wonderful things with. Okay, alright, so we just finish off that one now. Okay, and then when we've done, I shall just complete the rose for you. Alright, so there it's curling up, so you know, you get the feel of a obviously if you're doing this sort of, you know, quietly in your own place, you'd be sort of taking a little bit more care, but I'm just showing you the, you know, the way that this can be done. Alright, okay. The next thing that we do obviously is we're sort of creating an area here, and again we put glue on. Need some more glue now. A bit of glue on the rose, and you use the smaller petals to start with, and you just fit them on, because if you're holding the wire then you're not sort of actually catching your hands with the hot glue. Okay, and then you turn it round because some petals